We live, baby. Panthers fans, how you feeling today, man? What's going on with y'all, man? What up, dude? You guys know what it is. It's another post-game reaction. The feeling is the same as last week. Fresh off of a victory, but this time we beat the Dirty Birds. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Listen, man. We haven't beat the Falcons in Atlanta since 2014. I know y'all saw the stat. Like, the crazy part is that 2014 game, that was my first ever live attendance to an NFL football game. I got to see my team win. I've been going to every Panthers game in Atlanta, except this year, obviously, because of COVID. But I've been going every year since 2014 and have not seen the Panthers win in Atlanta in so long, and it feels so good. I'm just mad I couldn't be there in person to talk my trash, because when Julio put up 300 yards on us, they talk trash to me. When Matt Ryan threw for 500 yards on us, they talk trash to me. When Cam Newton got knocked out of the game with a concussion, they talk trash to me. I wasn't there in person, but it still feels good. It feels so good, man. People already checking in, going on with your Panthers Leopen. What up in this thing? What up, though? You already know. Complete Chaos checking in. What up, though? Get y'all on here. What up, though? Mark, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Panthers Leopen saying offense looking good. Finally got a line that can protect our quarterback. You're darn Skippy. This offensive line has not given up a sack in 8 quarters. Yeah, Teddy gets some licks every now and then because they try to blitz the house. But Teddy is smart enough to get rid of that ball. It helps complement the offensive line. The offensive line has been doing good to give him time to get the ball. Because we've had some third and longs where he needed to find Curtis Samuel or Robby or people like that. And the offensive line has given him plenty of time to find these dudes, man. Feels good. 3 wins in a row. Tied for top of the division. Of course, the Buccaneers got the head-to-head on us. But we look, bro, this is unprecedented territory. Unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? I got some Falcons fans checking in. Hans Mokeka saying good game. I appreciate it, young bro. I appreciate that. Good game to y'all. It was actually very interesting. A lot longer than I expected. Matt Ryan doing Matt Ryan things, throwing an interception in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? That I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. There was an opportunity for the Falcons to really, as well as the Panthers. Like, you could really feel that the Panthers had dominated most of the game. But if you looked at the scoreboard, the Falcons weren't down by much at that point. So it was just like they still had a chance. It's just Matt Ryan made the red zone mistake that he really couldn't afford to make. You know what I'm saying? And it was a tough way to go if you're a Falcons fan. But I think that you guys have been pretty much numb to the pain this year. So Falcons fans really ain't tripping like that. You know what I'm saying? Mark said Teddy, shout out to that boy Teddy Two Gloves. Teddy Two Gloves, he was hot. We're going to have to give him some oven mitts, man, because Teddy Two Gloves was hot today. He was hot today, man. Over 300 yards. Listen, when Mike Davis got hurt, I was a little nervous. I'm like, man, we ain't going to have no running game. We only got one running back left. Nah, Teddy put the team on his back. This is what type of stuff I wanted to see from Teddy. Y'all saw my video and I talked about the players to watch in Teddy, because this defense was terrible against the pass. 31st against the pass, 31st in points allowed. So I was like, this is a game I want to see Teddy put up stupid numbers and really pad his stats. And that's a lot of what he did. You know what I'm saying? What did he have? Over 300. He dropped 313, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 27 for 37. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all last week, this balance, man, this balance is hard to stop when a bunch of people getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? Panthers Leopold said that defense still looking suspect against the run, but it's hard to throw on us. I'm going to talk about the defense a little bit more later. He said we finally got that monkey off it back from Atlanta. Where the monkey at? Where is it? Get that monkey off. Get that monkey off. Get that monkey off your back. Panthers fan, get that monkey off your back, man. Get it off. Get that thing off. Listen, it's a new era. It's a new era. Listen, the Falcons had our number for so long. They have beat us before today 8 of the last 9 games. Y'all know the numbers. They pretty much dominated us. You can't even call it a rivalry when you're getting beat that often. You can't call it a rivalry when you're getting beat that often. However, new coach, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, new offensive line, new weapons, a brand new defense, brand new defensive scheme. The Falcons really didn't know what to expect from us, especially when Christian McCaffrey's not playing. Who you going to key on? It's so many guys out there that can take advantage on offense that it's just so hard to stop this team because, like, Robby still ate. Robby clearly is a number one receiver. However, we had a DJ Moore sighting today. This man, he made it look effortless. Do you see how fast he peeled away from the defender? It was a simple little, we call it a whip route when I used to play football. You go in and you whip it outside, you pivot, caught the ball on third down. Teddy hit him in stride. He hit the corner, beat the dude with speed. You know what I'm saying? This is what we wanted to see from DJ Moore. These long, explosive plays. And if you watch the game a little bit, they pointed out a couple different times that it seems like the problem is not DJ. It's more so of Teddy just not looking his way. And I understand that Robby Anderson is going to get a little bit more love because he is the number one receiver. However, DJ Moore, he is wide open a lot of times. And he showed, like, listen, if you're not going to throw it to me when I'm going deep, I'm going to take a short route and take it deep. You know what I'm saying? Take it long. DJ Moore putting the burners on. You know what I'm saying? I love what I saw from the offense today. Curtis Samuel getting that ball on third down, doing what he does. He's become the third down answer for us. Not to mention, when Mike Davis went out, he was carrying the ball. He had a long run. I know he got carried by Russell Lacone a little bit, but he dropped the boom on Keanu Neal. Ran him over. Kept that thing moving. Keep the feet moving. You know what I'm saying? When we come out here, Teddy was talking about the other week, this is a tough football team. He wasn't lying. When you see Mike Davis bowing multiple defenders over, this dude is a backup running back, but he's third in the league in broken tackles. He's short. He's about 5'9", 220, 230, 220, 230, something like that. Mike Davis is hard to tackle. Have you ever tried tackling the fire hydrant? You can't take them things down. They're so low to the earth and stocky. It's like trying to tackle a tree stump or a fire hydrant or a mini refrigerator. This dude is a load. Yeah, he may miss the hole sometimes, but this dude is an instinctive runner. He runs with attitude. He runs angry. He runs like he got something to prove because he does have something to prove. Matt Rhule said this dude is a starting running back in the NFL. And he wasn't lying. This dude, how many passes he caught? Mike Davis caught 9 passes off 10 targets. That's Christian McCaffrey numbers. 9 passes, 60 yards and a touchdown. Mike Davis doing it all. Throwing it by the ground, doing it by the air. This dude has been so productive. Over 300-something yards from scrimmage in his 3 starts. Christian McCaffrey will be back soon. We know that. The biggest problem that we're going to have is how do you ingratiate the best player, the best running back in the NFL back into an offense that has been very productive over the past few weeks. We play the Bears next week, a very tough defense. So we're going to be able to need all hands on deck, but we also going to need Mike Davis too. Because Mike Davis, like I said, he runs angry. He runs like he has something to prove. He used to play for the Bears once upon a time last year. He's going to be angry. He has something to prove today. He's from Atlanta. He went to Stevenson High School, you know what I'm saying, on the east side. He has a family probably watching and stuff. You want to put on a show when you're in your hometown. He was very motivated, and he looked like it. Constantly running people over. Constantly moving the pile. Constantly making smart plays. Stayed in bounds at the end of the game after he broke a 9-yard run. This dude is just really – we have 2 starting caliber running backs, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Let me get up on these comments. Jay Hud checking in. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Mark said Mike Davis eating. No slack in the offense without CMC for sure. And that's just something like everybody was talking about. When you got when you have that guy like Christian McCaffrey that's gonna get the ball 25 to 30 times a game, you know at the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing else, you can give the ball to Christian McCaffrey. And sometimes you get a little bit lazy with your game plan and your play calling. But now you gotta get a little bit more creative when that guy's missing, and the 20 to 25 to 30 touches a game. Them touches got to go somewhere. Yeah, Mike Davis had, 25 touches today? But that's still, normally he's at about 20 every other game or so. So that's another 10 touches that's got to go somewhere. And that's why you see Robby getting more catches. Now you see DJ Moore getting involved. And we finally got Curtis Samuel. We found a way to get him involved in the offense. You know what I'm saying? So it was a blessing in disguise. And if you had told me that we were going to be 3-0 without Christian McCaffrey, I would have slapped you in the face. I probably would have slapped you in the face and just thought that you was on drugs. Because this is the best offensive player, in my opinion, in the league. No question, best running back. And you take him out and you see our offense being a lot more productive all around. Crazy. It's crazy talk. That's crazy talk, man. Everybody checking in, man. We're reacting to this Panthers versus Falcons game. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up if you win. And when you come in, give me that what up, though. Let me know you're here. I'll give you a shout out. Put you up on the screen. Jay Hurd said, Bleacher Report says Quinn about to be fired. You know what I'm saying? You saw you saw Arthur Blank on the sidelines when the game was over. He was going ahead to let him know to turn in his badge. Go ahead, turn in your badge. Turn in your whistle, turn in your badge, turn in everything. You know what I'm saying? You can take your mask with you, but turn all that in. You getting fired. I told y'all 3 weeks ago, how crazy would it be if we were to get this win against Atlanta and it would be the game to get Dan Quinn fired. If you don't believe me, I'm going to post it on Instagram after I get off this video to say I told you so. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram. I'll put it in the comments or something like that. But make sure y'all follow my Twitter, Mr. A Dunk, MRADUNC. You know what I'm saying? That's my Twitter. But I told y'all, it would be funny if this is the game that got him fired. And it looks like that may be the case. You know what I'm saying? Cali Blue checking in. Said, what up, bro? Love this play. Keep pounding number 51. You already know, man. What up, though? He said, feels good since 2014. You got that right. We got 2 number 1 receivers, not a number 1 and number 2. Listen, it feels so good to have multiple targets. And we really still hadn't even been using Ian Thomas at the tight end. The Falcons gave up 3 touchdowns to a random tight end for the Packers last week. We didn't even use the tight end today, really. That's the crazy part. We have so many weapons on the outside of speed. It's crazy. Robby Anderson has proven that he is a number 1 wide receiver. This clear, like the fact that Robby Anderson is on pace for probably, I don't know how many yards he's on pace for now, but the fact that he was on pace for 1,500 yards should be plenty enough to get Adam Gase fired from the Jets. This dude was in the Jets, a place where wide receivers go to die. He was playing for the Jets, was not getting the ball, was being missed by Sam Darnold on certain plays. Now that he's in a better system with a steady quarterback, he's doing numbers. That should be enough to get Adam Gase fired right there because Robby Anderson has been a problem for all the defenses we face. All over. Another 100-yard game from him. This dude is balling. Mark said that Mike Davis saving his fantasy season. Listen, you probably got about one more good solid week of this kind of production from Mike Davis, because once Christian come back, you know he's the ultimate neutralizer. But I know what if you playing PPR, Mike Davis gave you what today? 89, that's 8 points, plus 9 receptions, that's 17, plus 60 yards, that's 23, plus a touchdown, 29. Mike Davis gave you almost 30 points in fantasy football today if you in a PPR league. Almost 30 points in fantasy football. It's going to get to a certain point and people are going to just be like, if you got the Panthers running back, he's going to put up numbers. Mark said he got a CMC too, so you can't lose. We want to talk about a handcuff. I guess that's the terminology they use, a handcuff. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be good. Justin Carpenter said, just as long as we keep pounding, we're going to the playoffs. Listen, I'm going to make a video this week. Can the Panthers win the division? Because at this point, hey, we got the Atlanta monkey off our back. I'm not afraid of the Saints. I'm not afraid of the Saints. I'm not afraid of the Bucks. We saw what we could have did against the Bucks. We had a chance against the Bucks. I'm not afraid of them. It's just Atlanta had our number. As weird as it sounds, the 0-4 team that we faced today was the only hesitation I had about us in this division because they've had our number for so long. I just, up until kickoff, even up past the first drive when Gurley was gashing us, I did not feel good about this game. I didn't feel good, but this offense, man, this offense playing good complementary football with this defense. We're looking good, people. Got some people checking in. If you're checking in, watching, we're doing Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers recap, man. If you just now checking in, give me a what up, though, and I'll shout you out on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about this offense because the red zone issues earlier showed their head again. So the same red zone issues we had against the Chargers, they popped up again. We settled for them 2 field goals, Joey Sly, and I just didn't feel good, man. I didn't feel good about it. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Field goals get you beat. And we left meat on the bones because number 2 possession, we put up touchdowns. It's not even as close as it was at the end of the game because we pretty much dominated the whole game, but the Falcons still had a chance to be in the game until Matt Ryan threw that interception. So that's the only thing that has me a little bit unsettled. And Todd Gurley, if it wasn't for that tendonitis or arthritis or whatever he got going on in his knee, it may be a different story because we could not stop Todd Gurley. We couldn't. We literally had zero answers for Todd Gurley. Every time he bounced the ball to the outside, we had no answers. It was the old, like I said, the old stuff that reared his head came back. The bad tackling, the bad angles, and speaking of bad angles, Tahir Whitehead, our starting middle linebacker, number 52. He is garbage. He is garbage. He is garbage. He doesn't take good angles. He doesn't tackle well. He doesn't bring his shoulder. He doesn't use his shoulder pads to tackle. He's not good. Like, we're literally better off just leaving him out or putting in our backup, put Shaq at middle linebacker, and leaving Jeremy Chin at outside linebacker. Because Tahir Whitehead is not good at football. At least not for us. I know he got the old Temple or Baylor connection probably with Matt Rhule, but come on, yo. We got gashed by Gurley. Gashed. And it was so frustrating. Like I said, if Gurley didn't have to sit out every 2 drives or so, this may be a different game because we couldn't stop Gurley. We were definitely laying hands on Matt Ryan all day, and that's what I love to see because a lot of times we've had trouble getting pressure on Matt Ryan, but we definitely laid hands on Matt Ryan today. Like a Southern Baptist preacher, we laid hands on Matt Ryan. We were hitting him. He was shook. We laid hands on Matt Ryan. Laid hands on him. But yeah, Tahir Whitehead, man, I don't know if it's just because we've been spoiled for having one of the greatest linebackers of all time for the past 9 years that when you see somebody that's not him, it's a glare. It's very obvious that he could be better. And like I said, that's why I haven't said that much about Tahir Whitehead thus far because we were spoiled. We were spoiled. Luke Kuechly knew the other team's plays. He was fast. He was physical. He made everybody else around him better. We were spoiled. Spoiled. But now that we don't have him, I'm sure Luke Kuechly is probably somewhere in the press box, because he's a scout now. He's probably in the press box, just gritting his teeth, pissed off that Tahir Whitehead not making these plays because this dude was one of the best linebackers of all time. We were spoiled. We were blessed. But like I said, I was still happy we were able to lay hands on him. Now, let's talk about our pass defense because we held these guys to 226 yards passing. And that's saying something. Somebody just left a comment saying that Dan Quinn just got fired. Oh, my goodness. That's breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. Dan Quinn has just been fired. I appreciate y'all keeping me updated because like I called it. I said, wouldn't it be if you were hold on. I told you guys that Dan Quinn. I said, wouldn't it be funny if this was the game that got Dan Quinn fired, and that is the case. I'm not going to talk a whole bunch about that because we're celebrating this Panthers victory, but it's funny, man. It's funny. But you guys make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you have not already because we rolling, man. If you're a Panthers fan checking in, I appreciate you. If you're a Falcons fan, let's chop it up. Let me know how y'all feeling about Dan Quinn getting fired. How you feel about the game? You know what I'm saying? Matt Ryan threw that unclutched red zone pick that really gave y'all a chance to tie the game up. As much as it seemed like the Panthers had dominated, the Falcons still had a chance. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So it was a lot going on. A lot going on today. Justin Carpenter, David Barber said good. He needed to be. But let's talk about the pass defense. And we'll start talking about with Dante because Dante got hurt. He hurt his toe. He was carted off the field. He had been dealing with that toe injury and a thigh injury for a while, so that's why he had been in and out of the lineup. And I know Eli Apple had the hamstring injury, so our depth in the secondary has really been tested. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really, really been tested. Because Dante, love him or hate him, he's had a pretty decent year this year. I can't even lie. I got to give it to Dante. Has had a pretty good year. And for him to get carted off, that was a little bit scary. Because Calvin really, he had a pretty productive game, man. Calvin really had a pretty productive game. How many yards did he have? After not having a catch last week, Calvin really had 8 receptions, 136 yards. He didn't get that touchdown that I promised y'all he would probably would have. This is the first time ever he's played the Panthers and not had a touchdown. But he still had a productive game. Dante, we don't know. We got to see what the long-term effects are going to be for Dante, but I feel like it's going to depend on Eli Apple. Because if Eli Apple was healthy, we probably wouldn't feel so pressured to put Dante in and out. We may be able to give him a little bit more time, but Eli Apple's been in and out too. He just came back last week and tweaked his hamstring on a special teams play, and I don't like Eli Apple anyway, but he's a vet. He has some experience. He's familiar with the division. Now Brian Burns, he got a concussion. He's in the concussion protocol. Obviously, you could probably see that coming. Him and 4 Panthers fans collided at the same time. A lot of people on Twitter are dumb. They're dumb. They're blaming Justin Burris for Brian Burns getting a concussion, and I get it. Because the play before, Brian Burns got the strip sack. Brian Burns beat the speed rush. He didn't fall for the play action. He got the speed rush, got around the corner, punched the ball out for Matt Ryan. The ball went popping out like a bar of soap. And Justin Burris, instead of falling on the ball, he tried to scoop and score, but missed it, and the Falcons got the ball back. And I get it. But there was nobody back there. And if he scoops and scores, that's an automatic 6 points for us. He just missed fundamentals. Listen, this is how they teach it in football. You don't bend over at your waist to get a fumble. You spread your legs, squat down, pick the ball up, and go. You bend over, squat down, pick it up, and go. He tried to bend over. He ended up kicking the ball or something like that and missing it. That's what happens. You got to spread your legs, squat down, get the ball, scoop, and score. But nevertheless, the next play that happened, of course, people are saying that had he got the ball and we kept the ball, Brian Burns wouldn't have needed to go in for that tackle. It wouldn't have got that concussion. And now they're mad at Justin Burris, which is stupid, but, Twitter logic is funny. But it is what it is. Good looking out, man. Good looking out on let me know about Dan Quinn for sure. Because we were just talking about that. You know what I'm saying? But this pass defense, impressive. The run defense, little sketchy. Like I said, Gurley went to work. Went in the game. Gurley can still be a very good running back, so we got to give Gurley a little bit credit there. But the missed tackles, the unwillingness to tackle, you know what I'm saying, it's tough. Michael Kelly said every Panthers YouTuber is live right now. I got to start collaborating with these guys, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We got to start working together a little bit more. But, yeah, I guess it's tough for everybody. Everybody got to pick who they want to watch. I mean, I get it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, this is YouTube. Man. Everybody's trying to do their own thing, build their own file. I get it. Everybody just realizing how good going live is, but it is what it is. We need to come together and have a post game report. My boy Spruce said that Aaron is the GOAT, though. Listen. I don't like to toot my own horn, but if you're going to toot it for me, I'll let you toot it. You know what I'm saying? Josh said, last year we got 400 yards total 4 times. We already had 3 times this year. You love to see it. Justin Carper said, yeah, it's all but finalized. And then Michael Kelly said, we having fun right now. That's what I'm talking about. It's about having fun. These are all around team wins. Like, you can't say, like, dang, man, our offense, so-and-so carried our offense. No. Yeah, Robby is the bona fide number 1 receiver probably. But DJ had almost 100 yards in the touchdown. Curtis Samuel was productive. Mike Davis went off. Teddy Bridgewater went off. It's all about balance, baby. Balance is key. You love to see the balance. You love to see the balance because, like I said, defenses don't know who to key in on. When you have all that balance, defenses don't know who to key in on, man. They don't. You know what I'm saying? The future is looking good, looking bright for real. Now, Brian Burns getting hurt, I am very concerned because we know he is our premier and best pass rusher. He's our best pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? And we need that guy in there. But at the same time, you hate to see Etua Gross-Matos get hurt also because what are you going to do? How are you going to manufacture pressure? We haven't really been blitzing that much on the field snow, which is what has allowed our defensive backfield to be a lot better because we could put 7, 8 guys in coverage. And there's not that many places to go. So how do you manufacture this going forward? It may not kill us next week because we play the Bears who don't have a great pass offense, but you're going to need Brian Burns back Period. Etor, you're going to need him back. Now, my thoughts on this is if Brian Burns gets hurt and we get Etor back, it may give Etor or Marcus Haynes a chance to start. And the same way you see that when Christian McCaffrey went down, your workhorse or the guy you depended on the most, the way when he went down, how everybody stepped up and we found out that, Robby Anderson is a legit number one wide receiver in the NFL. Or Mike Davis can be a legit starting running back in the NFL and deserves more carries. Curtis Samuel can run the ball a lot more than we thought. Curtis Samuel is good on third down. You find out a lot of stuff about your team when stuff like this happens. Now, you never want to be without guys like Christian McCaffrey or Brian Burns, but maybe we find out something about Etor. Maybe Marcus Haynes, who got another sack today, who hasn't got a ton of playing time, maybe we find out a little bit more about him. Maybe we find out a little bit more about them. We'll see. Brian Burns' brother tweeted that he does not have a concussion. Good. That's good. So hopefully it's not that serious. I thought it was a concussion because they took his helmet from him, and it was a very hard hit. He was kind of holding his shoulder pads or whatever, but we can always count on Brian Burns' brother on Twitter to give us the scoop. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good follow on Twitter. But everybody talking about these 4 o'clock games. He said, not that I call it a legit source. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's as close to the horse's mouth that we can get, I guess. But he's always going to be optimistic about his brother, and he's always going to try to look out for his brother. But we'll see. But I thought it was a concussion. Usually in the NFL, if you have a hit like that and they take your helmet away from you and you don't have it, it's probably a concussion. And they called it a concussion during the game, but what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? Matt Rhule, I wasn't surprised for him to be extra careful. So even if Brian Burns might have been cleared of concussion protocol, that they just decided to leave him out for long-term sake, especially when you have a feeling that we probably had the game in the bag. So who knows? But Brian Burns, I hope to get him back, definitely, because we need that pass rush. We need that speed off the edge. But if you haven't already, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, man. We're keeping this thing rolling. Talking about the defense a little bit because, well, actually, we're talking about offense too. Because the offensive line, let's talk about this offensive line. Because nobody's tooting their horn. I have, but nobody's tooting their horn. No sacks within the last 8 quarters. This offensive line has not given up a sack within the last 8 quarters. This is unheard of in Panthers history. Unheard of. Especially during the Cam Newton era the past 10 years. Our offensive line has been a sore spot for years. But these guys are opening up holes. When you have a running back like Mike Davis running people over, running hard like that, it motivates the offensive line to want to keep doing it. It makes your chest gets real big because you feel like, listen, you guys don't understand how demoralizing and disrespectful it is to be able to run the ball whenever you want to and get that many yards. Like when somebody keeps running at you, that really challenges your manhood. Because think about running the ball. Running the ball in the NFL, think about it. This is how it works. You're literally lining up against the guy and saying, hey, this guy behind me, we want to run where you are, so I'm going to move you out the way. So you literally just taking one man, moving him to the side, and letting another guy run by him. He's trying not to let you do that, but you're saying, hey, I'm bigger of a man. I'm stronger. I'm coming off harder. I want it more than you, and I'm pushing you out the way. When you can keep doing that, and then that guy behind you is running over guys on the other side of the football, that can be very demoralizing for any defense. And you saw every time Mike Davis ran the ball, it just kept punishing these dudes. Kept punishing them. This dude is 5'9", 220-something pounds. He is a load, dog. Mike Davis is a load. He just so happened to be a South Carolina Gamecock, you know what I'm saying? And this is what they do. This is what he do. And you want to see this dude still be a part of this offense when Christian McCaffrey comes back, no question. Curtis Samuel, he trucked Keanu Neal. He trucked him. I don't want to know. He smooth, trucked him, and kept it moving. Curtis Samuel, tough dude, running in between the tackles, popping pass, hitting people, lowering the shoulder, not being afraid to mix it up. Curtis Samuel. Gotta love it, man. Finally finding a way to get these dudes involved. Joe Brady. Oh, my goodness. Spreading the ball around. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. Oh, my gosh. Like, it took him a couple games to get his feet up underneath him, too. But spreading that ball around, him and Teddy seem to have a good rapport now of finding out what they like, giving him simple throws, simple reads. We're not getting in bad down and distance because we're not making a lot of mistakes. We're not taking sacks, so we're not in 3rd and long. Not making mistakes. What was the numbers on the penalties? Anybody got the numbers on the penalties? Oops. I don't have the numbers on the penalties. Do I have the number on the penalties? No. I'm looking at the box score. Oh, there's the team. Penalties. Oh, 3rd down. 6 for 12. 50%. We top 10. We top 10 in the league on 3rd down. Top 10 in the league on 3rd down. Red zone 1 for 2. That's fine. Penalties. Only 4 penalties for 25 yards. That's discipline. 4 penalties for 25 yards, y'all. Because when you put yourself in favorable down and distance, when you put yourself in favorable down and distance on 3rd down, you're going to have a good 3rd down conversion percentage. When you put yourself in the offensive line, like I said, they're not giving up sacks. They're not having holding calls. They're not really having false starts like that. Look, we were 4 for 25. 2 of those penalties came from Derrick Brown on a false start. And I think we had a legal contact. Like, you love to see this. Discipline. That's good coaching. Discipline. I mean, being no crowd makes a difference, but it's huge. And Zone Reed saying that, Okung picked him up and carried him like 5 or 6 yards. Yeah, he was after he trucked Keanu Neal, he lost his balance. Okung said, you ain't going down. We're going for about 5 more yards. And that's the type of stuff you want to see. You literally want to see your teammates pick each other up. This team is playing great, playing for each other. Everybody's getting love. Everybody's happy. Winning cures everything, man. Winning cures everything. Let's look at some of these comments. Father Spruce said thoughts on Chin today. Chin had a pretty good game. He's going to be all over the place with the tackles and whatnot. I didn't look at his numbers, but he was pretty active. He almost had a pick, I think in front of Hayden Hurst. But Chin does what he does, man. Like, he's our leading tackler on the team again. 6 tackles. 6 tackles for Jeremy Chin. You know what I'm saying? 6. I'm tripping. He had 6 solo tackles, 3 assists. Another big game for him. You know what I'm saying? And we have, like, it's you love to see us this because the red zone defense. That interception on Matt Ryan, that was big. Because our offense just went 3 and out. One of the first stale drives of the day. It went 3 and out. And the momentum, it was kind of like an uncomfortable feeling. We were only up 7 points. And then Gurley was getting that thing rolling again. It's like, golly. Then Matt Ryan, he never got comfortable because of that pressure. And it was coming from everywhere. Because F.A. Obata, listen, I thought somebody that said F.A. Obata is trash said something. Because F.A. has been balling. Don't let people, when F.A. in his spots, he's been putting in work. He's a good changeup to come off the bench. F.A. Obata has been balling, man. Don't let anybody tell you different. F.A. been making plays. All his numbers may not show up on the stat sheet, but he's been getting pressure on the quarterback. He's been hitting the quarterback. He's been making plays to give other people opportunities. F.A. Obata has been playing his role. You know what I'm saying? If you're checking in, man, go ahead and get a video a thumbs up, man. Let me know you coming through. Give me a what up, though. I'll shout you out. You know what I'm saying? David Roberts said, why they do Cam like that? I don't know, man. They just refuse to put a good offensive line in front of Cam Newton. But if Cam had this type of protection, it might have been a different story. If Cam had this kind of weapons, it might have been a different story. Because Teddy is definitely driving that boat. You know what I'm saying? I've been hard on Teddy. I've been hard on him. But this is the type of game you want to see when you're going against the 31st ranked defense against the pass in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater coming through big time. Over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. No turnovers. That's what we love to see. Because we got the weapons. Just take care of that football. Take advantage of pick your spots. When you have your spots, pick your spots. Be smart. Make good decisions. Now, Teddy didn't play perfect. He didn't play perfect. Y'all saw the graphic where DJ Moore was wide open on that blitz where he missed him. Like, literally nobody was near DJ. Then another time where Curtis Samuel caught a route on third down. DJ Moore had a touchdown going across the field. Now, he's leaving some meat on the bones, but at the same time, he's being smart. Being smart with the ball, not forcing it. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, you got to have stuff that's good. You got to have everything around Teddy Bridgewater good. He's going to be able to make plays. He's going to take care of that football, and he's been doing what he does, being smart with the ball, making good decisions, distributing the ball, being a point guard. You know what I'm saying? David Barber said Jimmy G been on Pornhub these past few weeks instead of watching film. And you know that. Porn star Jimmy, that's what they call him, right? Zone Reed said Rhule and crew are legit. And I have my question marks, and it's still early. Like I said, it's still early. Everything's sunshine and rose-colored glasses. Rose-colored glasses. Like I got on rose-colored glasses. You want to see what happens when stuff aren't always going right, but at the same time, for him to have his team winning 3 games in a row this quick, to see the adjustments, to see the improvements, to see the progression of our young players this quick. Like, I've never seen so much of our young talent play this well this early. Like Jeremy Chin, balling. Early, balling. Troy Pride has been getting a lot more playing time, but he's been pretty solid. He's made improvements. You know what I'm saying? Etor Gross-Matos, getting in there, making some plays. Derrick Brown, one of the top leaders in tackles for a loss in the league, playing good early. You love to see the development. You love to see the progress of these guys that we have on this team, man. And that's a good coaching job by Matt Rhule. Listen, Phil Snow, he was kind of iffy with his 3-man front, sometimes getting gashed by the run, but you can't argue with one of the top-ranked pass defenses in the league, especially with as bad as our secondary I thought it was going to be. But these dudes are making plays, man. Using the versatility of Jeremy Chin to your advantage to play linebacker and safety. Using Brian Burns to come out that edge. Drop him in the coverage sometimes. Mixing it up with the personnel. Joe Brady, distributing the ball to everybody. Everybody getting a piece of the pie. You ain't got to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey every play. You can spread that love around. And I think that's more of what Joe Brady was used to anyway, spreading that ball around, not necessarily just feeding one person, because LSU had a plethora of weapons last year. They had Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Thaddeus Moss at tight end, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They spread the ball around to everybody. Everybody ate. And I think that's more of Joe Brady's style versus the whole thing about, okay, we got Christian, let's force Christian the ball, make sure he gets the ball X amount of times. It's either a little bit difficult for him to check that box about making sure everybody gets the ball, but at the same time making sure Christian gets the ball a bunch. When Christian's gone, it takes that pressure off him to feel forced to get him the ball. Now, I'm not saying we better off with Christian. I would never say that. Without Christian, I would never say that. But you learn something about it. The homework for Joe Brady is figuring out how to ingratiate Christian McCaffrey back into this offense without losing the run that we're on. That's going to be the tough part. You know what I'm saying? Michael Cooper said we took a delay game. That's true. And that was on purpose. Yeah, you're right. Only really 3 because we took a delay game. That was on purpose. So we'll live with that. 2 offsides by Derrick Brown and illegal contact. Was it legal contact? Because that math ain't adding up. Because all those I just named are 5-yard penalties. We had to have a holding in there somewhere. But Spruce said that Jeremy Chin greater than Simmons, and I am happy about it. Listen, I am happy too. Because I was a little disappointed we didn't draft Isaiah Simmons. But at the same time, he can't get on the field now for Arizona. He's barely getting any playing time. And Jeremy Chin has proven to be a lot more productive and looks like he's made that. It's like the only reason I like Isaiah Simmons because he played for a championship caliber defense with the Tigers. He was used a lot, but for some reason he can't find his way on the field. But Jeremy Chin, I was a little bit nervous about him coming from a small school, but he's fearless. He's very Luke Kuechly like. He's in on every play. He runs to the football hard every time. He hits hard. He's fearless, man. He has that same mentality. And that's what I was scared to see, because going from a small school like he came from and playing in the NFL, you worry about him adjusting to the competition. He showed no fear. Jeremy Chin is balling. He's not getting the love he's supposed to because they're like the big-time names. Antoine Winfield at Tampa Bay, he's been playing good too. But I'll put Jeremy Chin's production up against any rookie defensive player in the league. You know what I'm saying? Francisco Bartolo said, "What up, though, Duncan? What up, though, man? What up, Francisco?" San Francisco ain't playing that well right now, but we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We got some more people checking. Let me catch up on these comments. Say, I think he should look at DJ Moore more often. You darn Skippy. DJ Moore is a boss. Get him the ball. Nova Bumpkin said, we can make it to the playoffs if we keep playing hard. You darn Skippy, we can make it to the playoffs. Look, we may win this division. Like I said earlier, my biggest fear were the Falcons. Not because they're just some threat, because that'd be a game that we could just trip up on, and that would keep us, it would be like a more like stubbing our toe. It wouldn't be like they would win the division, but they may stub our toe because they've had our number for so long. Now that we got that monkey off our back from them, I feel good about this team in the division. I'm not scared of the Saints. The Bucks, they got lucky. I'm not scared of the Bucks either. The two losses we do have were close games. To the Raiders, who just beat the Chiefs today. How you love that? You know what I'm saying? And to the Bucks, who starting to see that they lost to the Bears. They aren't as invincible as we thought they were on paper. So this division is well in range. Well in range. You know what I'm saying? B Diva checking in. What up, though, B Diva? You late to the party. Late to the party, shawty. Late to the party. So was I at the game? I wasn't at the game. I wanted to, but the way this COVID-19 situation set up, I ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Usually, this is the first time I haven't been to the Falcons game, Panthers-Falcons game in Atlanta since 2014, which is the last time we won a game. So it's been a minute since I've been there, but I was not able to go to the game, unfortunately. But listen, I'll take it either way. But make sure you guys get a video thumbs up if you have not already. We got a lot of people checking in. Give me a what up, though, when you come through. I'll give you a shout out. Put your comment on the screen. Make sure you guys subscribe if you have not subscribed, because I know we got probably some Panthers fans that are trickling in, and some Falcons fans maybe too. You guys give the video a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button too, and hit the bell icon when you subscribe, so you can be here as soon as I go live on these post game reactions. I'm doing post game after every game, instant reaction. And then I'm giving Wednesday, I do the live stream talking about everything else in the league that's going on and all the news and updates. But right now, we're talking about this Panthers dub, because it's a beautiful thing. We 3-2. You know what I'm saying? The streak is over. Pause for a water break. I'm turned up right now, man. I feel good. We got this dub. Listen, I've been in Atlanta for a while now. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in Georgia specifically since 2009. I'm originally from South Carolina. And do you know how hard it is to continue? We've lost 8 of the last 9 games to the Falcons. Even when we were undefeated going to the Super Bowl, I was talking all my trash, but we still lost to the Falcons. 8 of the last 9 games we've lost. It feels so good to get a W. Down here in Atlanta, in this city, where people like to talk trash, even when they good or bad, when they beat us, they like to talk trash to me. But it feels good to get that monkey off your back. It feels so good. You know what I'm saying? Panthers fans, how we feeling today? David Barber, he said, I see Alex Smith play today. I heard about it on Twitter. I did not watch the Redskins. I'm not watching the Redskins. Sorry. My apologies. I did not watch the football team today. I watched my football team. You know what I'm saying? But I did hear about that. Kyle Allen going to do what Kyle Allen does. Gerald Johnson said, we have to stop doing the bootleg play over and over. A lot of times it can be successful. It's a good, easy, simple read for whatever. And bootleg is a staple of most offenses. And I get it. Sometimes it can seem like we only get 1 or 2 yards, but at the same time, you got to keep the defense honest, because when you run that play action, everybody's crashing in on that run. But if you can sneak Teddy Bridgewater back around the corner, it keeps that backside player honest. And if they know they have to respect that bootleg, they can't full-fledged sell out for the run, which when we actually do run it, instead, it opens it up a little bit more. So we kind of got to keep balance. It's all about setting up for the next play. You know what I'm saying? He said D'Angelo Williams is going to be on a new season of Amazing Race. I hope he gets lost. D'Angelo Williams been talking all kind of trash. But David Barber said NFL ticket. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Complete Chaos said, just reported Quinn is almost gone, finalizing the departure now, I hear. Listen, somebody tweeted out something funny saying that Dan Quinn gets fired. It's going to be funny seeing Eric Bieniemy from the Chiefs and Cam Newton in Atlanta tearing up the league. That would be my worst nightmare for Cam Newton to be signed by the Atlanta Falcons. Probably my worst nightmare. But probably my worst nightmare, would be see Cam Newton playing for the Falcons. I would probably throw up. But the writing has been on the wall. Writing has been on the wall for Dan Quinn for a while, man. And with Bill O'Brien getting fired last week and then the Texans winning, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Falcons win next week. Granted, I think the players like Dan Quinn a lot more than they like Bill O'Brien, obviously, after we heard that J.J. Watt went off on him. But sometimes the things change and you need that shakeup. It's a wake-up call. Because they need to fire Thomas Dimitroff too. I'm not a fan of him. They need to get him up out of there too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you saw Arthur Blank on the sidelines going ahead, getting a head start, letting Dan Quinn go ahead, let him know you're gonna turn in your badge. Go ahead, turn in your badge. You know what I'm saying? Turn in your badge. Turn in your badge. But Jay Hud said, you see Matt Ryan's contract, he ain't going nowhere the next couple years. You got that right. But, Falcons fans, they just be throwing everything up in the air trying to see what stick. They would love to have Cam Newton since he's from Atlanta. I wouldn't want to see him down there, But it is what it is. But this Panthers team, dog, how we feeling about this Panthers team? Because, it's you don't have to, like I told y'all last week, don't let these people guilt you into feeling bad. The moves that this team made in the offseason, you could not help but think that we were going to tank. We started 0-2. It felt like a tank coming on. Panthers fans, they had us. We lost 2 games in a row. They made these bad offseason moves. They had us salivating at the mouth for Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. But then we peel off 3 straight wins. Teddy Bridgewater balling. Hold up. Things change. Now we have a chance to win a division. Don't let these, because if you look on Twitter, there's a divide in the fan base now. The people that are, the unconditional fans, I get it, because I used to be one of them until I embraced the tank. As soon as I started embracing the tank, we started winning games. So now I'm back to where I am, to the unconditional fan. And some of these other unconditional fans are trying to guilt some of these other fans that thought that we were going to be tanking. They're trying to make them feel bad. Don't make them feel bad. Don't feel bad. Because they didn't believe either. They just have an unconditional faith in the team. They didn't know that this was going to happen. Nobody could have predicted this happening for the Panthers. Nobody. Not in year 1. This team has made so much progress so quick. Nobody could have saw this coming. So don't let them guilt you into feeling bad about thinking and wanting us to tank, because that's clearly the message that we felt coming out of this franchise. You know what I'm saying? Complete Chaos, he says Morris. We wonder if Morris will get the interim. That is a good point, because Raheem Morris, he has experience coaching the Bucs. Obviously, I don't think a lot of people know that. He has experience coaching the Bucs, and granted, the defense hasn't been good, but they made some strides last year when Morris started calling the defensive plays. So we'll see what happens. But there's still a lot of football left to be played in this year. There's still 11 games left, and 2 coaches have already been fired. Granted, we don't know with COVID going on between the Tennessee Titans and the Patriots. We don't know how many games we're going to get this season. But at the same time, it's tough. David Barber said that would be the worst situation for Cam than when he was in Carolina. Very true. I think that franchise is in a weird spot, but they have some good wide receivers. I'll say that. Jay Hood said, I told you we weren't tanking. Listen, you weren't unconditional fans like I was. Well, I am. I'm back on the train now. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the hype train. Choo-choo! I'm on the hype train. I'm back on the hype train, y'all. I'm back on the hype train. David Barber said, I still want them to tank. Listen. Teddy Bridgewater said he's trying to prove us wrong, man. We don't think I agree. Teddy is playing great. But do I think Teddy's a long-term answer? I don't think that. But Teddy trying to prove me wrong. I've been wrong before. I was very skeptical of Cam Newton. It took me about 2 or 3 seasons to get on him completely to be like, okay, this guy is legit. I wanted to see him in different scenarios, in different, different. How does he take losing? How does he take winning? How can he come from behind and lead a team? Can he put a team on his back? Can he play through injury? Can he do when things aren't going well, when the offensive line's not playing good? How does he do? It's easy to lead when you're in the front. I want to see you be tested. So, Teddy Bridgewater, I'm not against coming off of my skepticism. Now, if he proved me wrong, I'll gladly admit I'm wrong. I would gladly admit I'm wrong, but do I think he's a long-term answer? I'm not sure. And that's why I wanted a Justin Fields or a Trevor Lawrence. And now, how I'm on Trey Lance, I don't know. But let's say we pick up a middle linebacker, Micah Parsons, because we know Tahir Whitehead is not the long-term answer. Tahir Whitehead will not be a Panther next year. I'll be surprised if he makes it through the year. He needs to be cut tonight. But Micah Parsons, probably the best inside linebacker in the country from Penn State. If we could get him, that'd be solid. I mean, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Michael Kelly says that if you watch Teddy's rookie highlights, his career was about to take off until the injury. I don't think he's elite, but we don't need elite. Very good point. And I'll say this about Teddy. Teddy, no, you're exactly right. He is not elite. And like I said, we may not mean elite. When you have Christian McCaffrey and Robby Anderson balling like this, and DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, and maybe if we pick up an effective tight end next year or the year after that or whatever, Teddy, just drive the boat, dog. Just stay steady. Just stay steady, Teddy. Don't crash the car. We're going to give you the keys to this Lamborghini of offense. We're going to give you protection. The offensive line has been keeping him protected, something we haven't seen in forever for this Panthers team. We're going to keep you clean as the quarterback. Just don't make mistakes. Defense, that was my thing. I thought that I never saw the defense. The biggest reason, in my opinion, for Teddy's success is our defense. Our defense has been a lot more respectable and good and solid than anybody could have thought. Nobody could have saw the defense playing this well. And the fact that the defense has been playing well, getting stops, keeping us in games, it's a lot less pressure on Teddy. We've had to come back from behind a few different times, but we haven't been getting killed. We haven't been in a shootout like that before. The defense has been playing fairly decent. So that's one of the biggest things I think that's helped Teddy. Because we thought the offense would be as good as it has been. That was expected. I made a video about us having a top 10 offense. I did not see this coming from the defense. I did not. I don't think anybody did. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, Teddy, I was high on Teddy in college. I think that they babied Teddy a little bit too much. You know, he had Adrian Peterson behind him, so they made him hand the ball off a lot. They had a good defense. I mean, they made him hand the ball off a lot. New Orleans, they have a great offensive line, good weapons. He did steady. They won games. He was just a 5-game stretch. He was just like, listen, do what you got to do. We got Drew coming in later. Do what you got to do. But now, he has an offense that he's comfortable with. He has good weapons that complement him on the short game that can take stuff long. Running back production off the charts. Offensive line protection off the charts. Just don't mess up, Teddy. And he's the type of guy that's not going to make a ton of mistakes. When we saw him have that bad game against the Bucs, but that was out of character for him. He doesn't turn the ball over like that. He's safe almost to a fault. But you love to see the way he's been playing, man. You love to see the way he's been playing. You guys make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you have not given the video a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, people. I am your host, Aaron Duncan, here at the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Post-game reaction to the Falcons versus Panthers game. Man, it feels so good. It feels so good, man. Feels good. Oh, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on in the league right now. These 4 o'clock games have been crazy. The Giants came out smoking, but the Dallas Cowboys have walked them down. Cleveland Browns up by 10. You know what I'm saying? Against the Colts. Miami are smacking the 49ers on the road. I heard y'all talking that trash about Jimmy Garoppolo. I see why. I see why. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 262 and 2 touchdowns. Running the ball a little bit. He already got 23 fantasy points. Jimmy Garoppolo, 7 for 17, 2 picks. David Barber said we just got to use our tight ends. I agree. Because Manhurst has shown that Manhurst has been effective. He's not going to be Greg Olsen, but Manhurst is not just a blocking tight end. Manhurst can make some plays. I agree. And Ian Thomas, he's athletic. We just got to give him the ball, but there's only one football. There's only one football, and when we have a lot of good weapons on the outside, it is what it is. I gotta figure out what film breakdown I want to do this week about us because I just feel good about this offense. So I want to do something about that. He said, "Did any move McCaffrey to receiver like his dad was?" I doubt it, but worst case scenario, you could do that. That's the ultimate safety net. Christian McCaffrey playing wide receiver, and he would eat at it also. But he's too good at running back to not get the ball. You know what I'm saying? But, man, oh, God, guys, it feels so good to get this W, man. Oh, my gosh. Feels so good. You guys, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in with this, man. I did an hour strong. You guys know how we do. I'll be back on the live stream on Wednesday. I got a video coming probably tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll see what I do. I'll probably watch the game one more time and then give another breakdown about the game, man. So you guys stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do it, man. What is you doing, baby? Go ahead and subscribe. We lit, man. These lives, we live, baby. We live. Make sure you guys subscribe if you have not. David Carper said, do a film study on Joey Sly. What is there to talk about? He misses the easy ones. He makes the hard ones. I'm just joking. I like Sly. Sly's my dude. But he do be missing them. He does miss extra points for no reason. But he'll nail a long field goal. Nevertheless, we'll see what happens, man, with these injuries. That's the main thing. We'll see how good we came out. I'll give a more in-depth breakdown probably. And I'll do some film talk this weekend. This week also. Guys, we got the Bears next week. They're coming off a Thursday win against the Bucks. We need this win, man. We need this win against the Bears. So you guys make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys have hit that bell icon. That way you'll be able to tune in to my live streams right on time. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm about to go ahead and get up off this thing. So you guys give the video a thumbs up if you have not. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.